Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. If you're a Christmas lover, my family goes Christmas crazy. This tree's been up since like October. That's enough to kill a baby boomer. No offense to you guys, but we're all in on Christmas. So I decided to count down the top Christmas spots in town, the best place to see lights, the best place to see exhibits. There's technically 6 on the list. We're gonna call it top 5.5, and you'll see why once we kick it off. If you've seen my videos before, welcome back and thank you so much for the support. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jake McAfee. I'm a local real estate agent. I'm telling Fort Wayne's story. I'm trying to show people that there's a lot to do here, a lot of good things. I actually just got a call from someone on YouTube today looking to move here, and I actually referenced this list for things to do in the winter. So let's go ahead and kick it off.
Sure you like and subscribe.
So this list is in no particular order, but I am gonna start it off the Night of Lights downtown. So this is a really cool event. It was actually my first time I'd ever gone. This year was brutally cold. There was howling wind. It was crazy. I froze my kids to death. You'll see the footage here.
My kids are freezing. Everybody doing all right? You cold? Yeah. Don't worry, we'll get you back soon, okay?
It is a very cool event. If you're looking for a community feel, this is it. I had seen pictures and videos of this for years, and we had never made it happen, my family and I. So I decided, we kept the twins at home, but I brought 3 of my girls downtown, and it was packed despite the horrible weather. The place was packed. So basically the Night of Lights is they light different spots throughout downtown, and it's all timed. So the crowd can go from spot to spot. The main attraction is the one we saw, and that's the lighting of Santa on the PNC building.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Woohoo! Woohoo!
It's really cool, and you can see from the shots I took, there's a ton of people in front of me. There was just as many people behind me, and they were all heading to the next spot when we left. My 4-year-old was like freezing to death, so we had to get out of there. But there's different lights, different displays. There's actually a drone show, which unfortunately this year they had to cancel because of the crazy wind, but there's gonna be a lighted drone show. So a lot of cool things. You get out, get downtown, support some local businesses, and really tap in with different people in the community. Okay, that brings us to stop number 2. That's the Blue Jacket Fantasia Lights. This one, if you don't want to get out in the cold, you get to stay in your car, stay nice and warm. We actually did bring the twins to this one. They had an absolute blast. They actually talked so much, I kind of had a pounding headache by the time we left because it was just blah, 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 blah. But they were so excited. They don't usually get out past dark. So this one is at Franke Park, right next to the zoo. It's actually a 3-mile display tour. There's 700 displays and over 2 million lights. So there's a lot going on, a lot of stimuli. It was very, very cool. I got some good drone shots of it, as you can see from some of these clips, and you go nice and slow. So it's just a nice, comfortable little coast, and you get to see a lot of cool things. It's supported by a lot of local businesses as well, so shout out to all the businesses that make this happen. Cost is $20 for personal vehicles, $40 for 12-passenger vans, and $80 for buses. So, $20, it's a little, maybe a little steep. It probably lasts about, I don't know, I'd say maybe 20 minutes, depending on how fast you go. So, it's not too bad, but the kids absolutely love it, and again, you're indoors, so it's really nice. And this one runs from November 17th through December 31st, so depending on when you see this, the dates may vary slightly, but it goes for about a month and a half, so you got plenty of time to get out there. Okay, stop number 3, located right next door in Franke Park, is the Wild Lights at the zoo. It's the Fort Wayne Zoo, formerly known as the Children's Zoo. They did a light display. I think this was the first year they did it. It was definitely the first time I had been. It was a really cool night. So it's $12 admission, or if you're a zoo member, it's $10. Children's 1 and under get in free. The night we went was like a crazy blizzard. It was probably questionable whether we should have even driven, but
family out here in a blizzard, all for you guys, for the content.
But we ended up doing it, and it was a really cool night with my wife and my oldest. My oldest has a lot going on with sports and school and everything, so we don't get out with just her very often, and it was very peaceful. very magical. It was absolutely stunning. We had a fantastic time. So I think it'd be good for, you know, families, or even if you don't have kids, if you just want to get out on a date night, I would definitely recommend checking it out. So again, that's the Wild Lights at the Fort Wayne Zoo. Okay, stop number 4, and this was also the first time I had done this. This is the Festival of Trees.
We're at the Festival of Trees.
Festival of Trees, it's only for 1 week. It's at the Embassy Theater downtown. If you haven't been, the Embassy Theater alone is an absolutely amazing place. Just stunning architecture, so much detail, and they do a 1-week fundraiser, and this is the biggest fundraiser for the year for the Embassy, and it, you know, helps with renovations and upkeep and all the expenses that it takes to run the place. This year was actually the 41st year that they had done it, so they've been doing it for quite a long time, and each business that supports and donates the exhibits, they kind of have their own tree and their own theme, so the kids absolutely love it. I got some clips of them, and I actually did a standalone video, which I'll link right now. But you can see we did a Festival of Trees video, and they had a blast just running through there and, you know, seeing all the different trees. They had the Grinch and Tin Cap's tree and all these different themes. So that was very, very cool. They gave away a children's book. Santa and Mrs. Claus were there, and they were very realistic looking, so that was very cool. This one ran from November 26th through December 3rd, so I said it's about a week, you know, depending on when you're watching this video, just count on it being a week, so make sure you plan in advance. The cost is not too bad. It's $12 for adults, $5 for kids, and $8 for seniors, and we were there for at least an hour. I mean, you can go as fast and slow as you want to go, but there's basically 2 stories and 2 separate areas. So you've got almost 4 areas of tree displays, and they were spectacular, as you can see by the videos. Also, remember when you're heading there, you can park in the parking garage that's caddy corner and walk through the sky bridges. You can walk through the Hilton Hotel and then cut over like you're going to the Botanical Gardens and then go down the stairs. So you don't even have to go outside, which is another nice benefit.
Do you like and subscribe?
Okay, stop number 5, that is the Parkview Field Holiday Lights right in downtown Fort Wayne. That's where the Tin Caps baseball team plays. So the Tin Cap Stadium wins all kinds of awards here in Fort Wayne. It's very fan friendly, very family friendly, good for date night. I've gone on date nights with my wife there. So they turned it into a Christmas display in the winter, which is very, very cool. They did it last year for the first time, had a huge success. They did it again this year. There was an extra 50% of lights for a total of 1.5 million lights. There was new displays. Johnny Tin Cap was walking around. My girls got to see him. They thought that was so cool. And there's a little train that loops around the stadium as well that you can go for a ride. They have different theme nights. So Tuesday is Family Feast night. They have discounted menu items. Wednesday is Paws and Claws, where you can bring your pets. So it was pretty cold when we went, but there was a few dogs when we went, and last year when I went, which is another video we can link, there was dogs everywhere. I didn't even know that was a thing at the time, so I'm like, why are there so many dogs? But just another added layer, if your kids like pets, you know, you can see if you go on Wednesday, lots of different dogs, and the people that bring them, obviously they're bringing very friendly dogs, so they were cool with the kids petting them. Thursdays are Thirsty Thursdays with draft beer and mixed drinks, so, you know, a little more adult friendly if you want to go for a date night, you know, kind of pregame there before you head out. We actually saw some younger folk. You know, I'm an old timer now. I'm not really going out anymore like that, but we saw some young Thundercats out there getting some drinks before they headed out for the night. This one actually runs for a while. This year it ran from November 13th through January 3rd, so if you're watching this while it's still up, I recommend getting out there, but know if you're catching it next year, you've got a pretty wide window to go, and it's definitely fun for all ages. We saw a lot of people without kids there, and there's probably as many people without kids as were with kids, so it's not just a kid thing. It's a nice little walk. You actually get to go down on the field, which is really cool. You know, being down there, I grew up playing baseball. Baseball was like my #1 sport when I was little, so being down on the field was very cool. So the cost for this one, it's $10 per person if you go in November, $12 per person in December, and then there's group discounts if you're gonna book like a big group to go through. One last thing on that, they had 98,000 visitors in their first year last year, so I would imagine we're gonna break that. I mean, it was very popular. I heard a lot of people talking about it, so hopefully we get over 100,000 this year and keep the event going and make it bigger each year. Okay, the final stop number 6, or 5.5 if we're counting that Night of Lights downtown as a half because of our brief tenure there. But that is the Botanical Gardens. If you've been watching my content, if you know me at all, You know I love the Botanical Gardens. I take my girls there all the time. It's a great way to just be warm, see a little greenery in the winter. You know, it gets pretty stark here for about 6 months, so it's nice to see like nice, lush, green, tropical areas. They do a Christmas display every year, and it's always very, very popular, and it changes each year. So even if you've been before, each year it's a totally different display. This year they're also doing a $1 nightlight display. So it's only $1 to get in. It's in the evening, so you can go during the day for the Christmas piece, but the nightlight display starts after 5:30 in the evening. And again, $1 admission, so you can check that out. Something important to remember, just like when you're going to the embassy, you can park over in the parking garage there on Calhoun, walk over the Sky Bridge, you don't have to go outside. They will validate your parking at the Botanical Gardens. So you can get your parking validated and park for free and not have to go outside. My first year back, I didn't know that. And I remember, you know, I had my young ones at the time and we're standing on the corner and the wind is just howling. And I later learned that and I'm like, oh, I kind of wish I had known that. But just make sure you use a parking garage, get your parking validated, you'll get a ticket, they'll validate it for you, no questions asked. They also have like slides and other fun things to do in the Botanical Garden. There's like a little kind of, I don't know, jungle gym climbing area with a slide at the end. And there's usually stuff for kids to do as well as a scavenger hunt. So you can go all through the exhibits doing a scavenger hunt, and I know my kids personally love that. This one runs from November 27th to January 3rd. So you do have time. Again, that's a long display, and depending when you're watching this, I'm assuming some people are gonna be watching this each year, and you know, the dates are gonna vary, but that's roughly when it is. Just make sure you check online. They're pretty transparent about that. So there you have it. That's the top 5.5 things to do in Fort Wayne for Christmas. There are other things to do, but these are some of my favorites. If I missed your favorite, please share it in the comments. You know, not only does that engagement help, it shows this video to more people, but I want other people who are watching this to see other options besides just what I'm telling them. So please make sure you share your experience, share your favorite thing to do. If you're new to the area or if you're moving to the area, again, I am a real estate agent. I have 14 years of experience. I can definitely help you relocate. I've done it myself. I moved to Florida for 12 years. Came back, so I have everything that it takes to walk you through the process step by step. But this one's about Christmas. Make sure you get out there, support local economy, support local businesses. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button and we'll catch you on the next video.